Good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for joining in. This is 87th, and this is in consecution of the topic we just discussed, which is non-deliverable liquidity swap. But this is somehow part two of that. In this, Cognizant, like we earlier discussed, Cognizant is not going to book on 30th of November, not at all. On 30th of November. So Cognizant is going to book just 2 days before that. Assuming 30th November, Cognizant don't want to book that. They want to book 2 days before, or they want to take the benefit of onshore offshore spread, or they don't have time, or there could be several reasons. Now they want to execute a transaction on just 2 days before, 3 days before, 5 days before, 7 days before, even a month before. But here we are assuming rather than doing a transaction on 30th November, they are doing the transaction on 28th of November. This is a small change which we are doing as of now. So now please be note that one thing which you sincerely need to understand about liquidity swap is one concept, which is liquidity swap is of two types. Of course, one is for exporters and one is for importers. For exporters who want to enter into a liquidity swap, they have to enter via buy-sell swap. For importers, it's a reverse, which is a sell-buy swap. Now, what do you mean by buy-sell swap? A buy-sell swap refers to a transaction wherein in leg 1 you would buy and leg 2 you will sell. So buy-sell swap would have two legs. Leg 1 you buy, leg 2 you sell. Please be note that there is nowhere where it has written that if you are buying today, you have to sell for tomorrow. So you are buying today, you can sell for 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 4 year, 5 year. Now I'll take a small example of buy-sell swap in terms of USD INR. Take an example of USD INR which is trading at 66.80 today. Now what is buy-sell? You buy 1 million and today at a spot of 68.80 and you sell 1 million for 1 month down the line. So you get 66.80 plus assuming 50 paisa premium. So you will get 67.30. Or taken another example. You buy 1 million at 66.80 and you sell 1 million for 1 year, assuming 66.80 and 5 rupees is the premium, so total would be 71.80. This is buy-sell swap. For importer, it would be sell-buy swap, an exact reverse of that. Now what it would be? You are selling today, say $1 million, which is say 66.80, and you are buying $1 million 1 month, so you are paying a premium of 50 paisa. So you are buying say 67.30. Take another, you are selling today 1 million 66.80, you are buying 6 months, assuming the premium is 3 rupees, 66.80 plus 3, which is 69.80. So in an exporter liquidity swap, since we are talking about exporter here, you need to enter into a buy-sell swap. Now what do you mean by buy-sell swap? Here we are assuming they are doing a transaction of 28th of November 2015 for 31st of December 2015. Because part 1 they did a transaction on 30th November 2015 for 31st of December 2015. However, here to get the benefit of onshore, offshore or some arbitrage opportunities, they are doing for 28th November and they are doing for 31st December 2015. Now few things we have to assume here. Assuming 28th November 2015, the spot rate was 68. Assuming spot rate was 68 and the premium of 30th over 31st premium of 30th over 31st was 50 paisa. Now you enter the buy sell swap. Number 1, you will buy $250 million on spot, which is how much? 68. Then you sell $250 million for 31st December 15 at spot plus premium, which is 68.50, which is 68.50. Now, as we earlier told, the settlement of the non-deliverable forward. Now, these are both are non-deliverable forward, where one you taken a buy side, one you taken a sell side. The settlement of the non-deliverable forward contract would happen only on the fixing. Now we assume that 30th November 15 fixing is shortly refers to as fix. 30th November fixing is 69 and 31st December 15 fixing is 69 plus 1, say 70. Now leg 1, the settlement of the leg 1. You bought at 68, and fixing happens to be 69. So it means there is a plus gain of 1 rupee because you bought at 68, sitting on 28th November 2015 for 30th November you bought at 68. However, fixing happens to be 69, so you got a benefit of 1 rupee. Secondly, on 31st December, you already sold at 68.50. You sold at 68.50, however, fixing happens to be 70. So there is a loss of 1 rupee 50 paisa in the transaction. So if you add both one, which is leg 1 and leg 2, the net settlement would be of plus 1 minus 1.5, which is minus 0.5. So sitting on 31st December 2015, you would have a net settlement of 50 paisa in your book. Now please be note that non-deliverable forward would have two impact. The impact of revaluation and the impact of revaluation and the impact of your so-called cash settlement. So here you would have two stuff. You would have the impact of revaluation and you have the impact of cash settlement. Revaluation impact is going to be calculated by the books, which is nothing but current month versus last month. Cash settlement we already told you here, minus of 50 paisa. So this is part second of the series where we had a word about how to execute the net settlement, how to execute the liquidity swap. We assume you are taking on 28th November. The premium between 30th November to 31st December is roughly 50 paisa. I already told you about the buy sell structure. Since we are talking about exporters, so we have to enter into a buy sell swap. Now in the buy you have to buy 250 million, say today's spot rate at 68 for 30th November. You have to sell for 31st December. Why I am taking a gap of 30 days? Because after every 30 days the books are going to get closed and the revaluation would happen. So once the revaluation would happen, you would have the cash settlement which are going to be opposed to each other. You would have a gain. You would have the net offsetting position in the books. Now you are taking for 31st December. 68 is your spot rate and 50 paisa is your premium. So you are taken for 68.50. So one side you bought, one side you sold. This is buy sell swap. Now the net settlement. Since you bought at 66, 68 and here we assume that the fixing for 30th November is 69. For 31st December fixing is 70. Now you bought at 68 and the premium component and the fixing comes out to be 69, so you would have a gain of 1 rupee. Here you have sold for 68.50, the premium component turned out to be 70, so you would have a loss of 1.5 rupee per dollar. So the net settlement impact would be of minus 50 paisa. As earlier told, non-deliverable forward would have two parts. Part 1, which is revaluation, part 2, which is cash settlement. Revaluation would have nothing but the current month versus the last month. Net cash settlement versus cash settlement is 50 paisa, which we told just now. So in the part 3, I am going to cover the same. Please be remember that part 2 we ended up minus 50 paisa. Part 3 we are going to take liquidity swap to the higher level. You are most welcome to connect with me at 919899242978, and you're welcome to give me a call. Thank you. Thanks for your time.